Yep. Yeah, Phil's my guy. Just every time anybody would go to the training room, he was always in there joking around. I think he's definitely a mood, like he brings your mood up a lot. I think that's one thing he did a lot for us. Just every day is just training, focused on getting better, and every drill, every workout, just competing with guys in the room, just doing everything necessary to make sure that come tomorrow, I'm at the best I could be. Dallas, I was at Exos. Do I think I'm gonna surprise people? I'm definitely going in the shuttle drills. I think I have potential to break or set a record. Um, just the times I've been putting up while training, I think are going to be very high. I think it happened pretty natural. Definitely one of the better cases in switching positions so late in your college career. And shout out to Coach Harbaugh because it was a great decision. He, when he called me and asked me to make that switch, he definitely saw something, and I believed in him. I trusted his vision. And, the mindset I had when switching defense was, I'm going to do everything I can to help this team, help this defense, fill in a spot that was much needed with Dax Hill leaving. So, the transition was pretty easy. I went in there, I, got the playbook right away, wanted to learn as fast as possible so I could have an immediate impact. What are the charges again? A player's coach, a guy who's going to do everything he can to make sure that the guys around him are succeeding, a guy who's going to love his football team, a guy who loves the program, and he's a blue-collar guy who's going to work his tail off to make sure that the program wins. Just a guy, even though I'm not, the most physically imposing looking guy, the smaller frame I have, the willingness, like you said, to be able to go down there and, put my pads on somebody or, get myself around the ball and, however that looks. That's just what I want to do. I like the physical part of the game. You have pads on for a reason, so there's no point of being scared. You're protected. So use what you have and, get down there and get physical. Mike Hilton, Trent McDuffie, Buda Baker, and Kenny Moore. Those are my four. I've spoke with the Steelers. I haven't spoke with the Bengals yet. Yeah, I met with Coach Tomlin. It was real cool, real relaxed. The whole staff was very welcoming. I enjoyed our conversation. I enjoyed the interview. Coach Harbaugh made the promise while I was being recruited that when my time at Michigan's done, I'm going to be prepared for the next level. He kept that promise true, and that was through every experience on the field and off the field. And I think, everybody in the program, from the staff to the players, definitely helped me get prepared for this moment. And, time and time again, you hear it from people who have left the program that there's no other program that's going to help you get ready for the NFL like Michigan will. So, I'm very appreciative of everything that, I went through at Michigan. I'm appreciative of all the guys and all the staff that I was able to, go through it with. I'm just having everybody, in the program buy into the same goal. That's what helped us be successful last year. We were all bought into one thing. We had one track mind. We all had a vision, and we all did everything we can necessary to, get to where we wanted to be. What was that? Another year of guys who, can make plays. With Will Johnson, Makari Page, Rob Moore, those three, that's the spearhead right now in the DB room. And I know those guys are going to do a great job of getting everyone else around them prepared. I'm not sure if we're going to get transfers in or not, but I know the younger guys that are in that room who had playing time last season are going to, get prepared as well. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do this year. Yeah, I know Coach McDonald's a great coach. Just competing against his defense in spring ball and camp, and just seeing what he was able to, get those guys to do during the season. I just know he's a great coach. So, playing for him would be awesome. It would be an honor. But yeah, during his time at Michigan, I would joke around with him and the defensive coaches there, saying, whenever you guys need me on defense, just let me know. I'll come over and take a few reps in game, practice, whatever it is. I haven't met with him, but I've met with the Seahawks. No. Not formally, no. Not during this process, but I did speak to him a few times during the season and before the season. What does he mean to me? Just from a leadership standpoint, he gave me a few, tips on how to hold guys accountable, and just, the legacy he left at Michigan is one to, you want to live up to that legacy. He was a great DB. He was a great two-way guy. Someone that, what I do, I can say I model what he did. I didn't get the chance to, go back and play offense how he did. Probably, if I did, I would have been in the same conversation as him. But just, a guy like him, he means a lot to the program, means a lot to people with the athletic ability that I have. Just very instinctual. Like I said earlier, just being somebody who knows how to find the football, whether it's in the air, on the ground. I would say very instinctual. No, I think I had to stop myself from trying to find the ball too much in terms of in coverage. And I'm still continuing to work on eye discipline. But I think my instincts and my natural ability to, be around the football is what helps me play how I play at the nickel position especially. Yes. For me. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's a great guy, great coach. I was a big Steelers fan when I was younger. Santonio Holmes, Antonio Brown. I used to love watching those guys at receiver, and on defense side, Troy Polamalu, just seeing what they did, and then when they won the Super Bowl, of course. But that team, I used to love the Steelers. But I grew up a Patriots fan. I'm from Boston, so. But yeah, Coach Tomlin, that staff, great staff. Listen, good football is good football at the end of the day. Switching leverage, not letting him see, disguising certain things. But, one-on-ones is one-on-ones at the end of the day. It's easier to do that, I was saying 7-on-7s and team rank. Just knowing that you have to cover for the full length of a play. I think JJ being a risk taker is what makes him who he is. And Coach Harbaugh, he said, JJ, what you do is what you do. I'm not going to take that away from you. That's what allows you to be great. So I think JJ just keeps doing that. And that's why, he's going to continue getting better at the little things. But, that risk-taking factor that he has is very special, is very unique. Just being a guy, I think everything I do does show up on film, from, a guy who's accountable, a guy who shows leadership, a good communicator. I think, those things right there show up themselves. And then, the intangibles, I'm responsible. You see that because I was a two-time captain. But I think I have a very good resume. I think I have a clean slate, and I'll be very appreciative of whoever gives me an opportunity, and I'm excited. And from a business standpoint, I'm a guy. I create content. I did a lot of that at Michigan, just showing the perspective of a player and showing the team culture that we had. So just being able, for a guy that I could help bring good business into a program or to whatever team I go to. So all those type of things. Just being myself and listening to my coaches, taking the coaching, listening to players, understanding what each individual needed. Not everyone is, you can't treat everybody the same way. Every person needs something different, so you have to cater to people differently. And I think the biggest challenge for me was the younger guys, getting them on the same page as the older guys, and meeting that same standard, because they're the ones that come in not really used to college football, not used to what the program's been. So getting them on the same page as us, so the machine can run as well as it can. And I appreciate everybody around me that helped me lead and allowed me to be myself. You said what? I think all of the young DBs, DJ Waller, Jair Hill, those two guys are guys I think are going to have a impact this year, and I'm excited to see what they do. The Texans? No, not formal. Not formal. Yeah. I think our defense is very unpredictable. We give a lot of different looks. Man might look like zone. Zone might look like man. A lot of disguises. We send pressure from all over the field. And that was shown in the Alabama game. We just, Coach Minter did a great job with just, like I said, just in different situations, not allowing us to be, predicted. And I think that, our success rate with what he did was very high because of those reasons.
Yeah. I knew it's a big gap.
Ohio State, they did a good job schematically. They gave us a bunch of different looks, but it ended up being the same thing. Just, they got the different concepts and different formations, different personnels. And, Washington with the shifts, the motions, trades, bunches, they just did a lot of stuff from a schematic standpoint that hit a lot of concepts. But, at the end of the day, everything gets to the same place, same spots on the field, just it's presented to you in a different way. So how we learned the DB room was same as. That was a lot of, that was our terminology. A lot of things are the same, just shown to you differently. Yeah. I did a lot of Mike Hilton study tape this past offseason. I had a few conversations with him as well, and I asked him, what does he do that helps him, disguise his blitzes and allows him to get there, and, his timing and everything. He gave me a few tips on that. But, Mike Hilton was definitely one of the people that I spoke to. Instagram. Just, learning the cadence, knowing what your indicators are, and, you have to watch on film to see how much time is on the clock when the offense is snapping the ball, knowing those type of things and just being ready and, knowing the situations like, all right, if it's fourth down, game on the line like we had Alabama or overtime, knowing in the red zone, I'm not going to disguise his blitz, I'm going to show it right now. Or if it's earlier in the game, I'm going to disguise his blitz, I'm not going to show him if I'm inside leverage, or if I'm outside leverage, I might line up head up just so he thinks I'm in, true man coverage and I'm coming from the pressure right there. And then also your safeties have to not tip you when, when you're disguising the blitz. I'll say learn the playbook first. You're never going to be, no matter what it is you do, if you don't know your plays, you're not going to play. So you'll never even be able to showcase that, defensive back talent. And then, take the coaching. It's different. It's not the same as a receiver. The ball is not being thrown to you. So when you're coming out your breaks, you got to, take 2 steps to the man first. And then understand that you can't get frustrated. You might give up a few plays. People might make a contested catch on you. But how quick can you shift your focus from, all right, I just gave up a play. I got to play the next play. I think just showing my physicality, showing my willingness, whether it's in the run game or defeating blocks on the edge, playing with good instincts. I think those are the things that helped me be successful at the nickel position, and why Coach Harbaugh wanted me to play the nickel, as well as being a smaller frame guy. The nickel, I wouldn't say is for smaller guys, but it works out for me that way. So, yes, I did actually, formally. Yep. It went well. I enjoyed my meeting with that staff. No, I did not. I knew about Denard Robinson, though. Natural strength. The foods we eat. I think it just, gives you a lot of natural strength. I'm not sure why. I think Haitians are cut from a different cloth. I think we're just wired differently. So, shout out to my Zoe culture. That's a secret weapon. There's a lot. I can't really give you a specific. It's just so much good food. You can't really choose. Yeah.
Last question right here.
Based off my defense or my defensive knowledge, I think just knowing the fact that, I've been a sponge to, or I've been very open to learning. So, when I switched to defense, I was in the, film room the next day learning our defense. So asking questions, to the coaches, to the players, note taking, all those things, just expanding my knowledge every single day makes it very easy to, go up there and do board work. And then, from a playing standpoint, having an offensive background, it makes it so much easier for me to determine what I'm going to get in certain situations. Locating receiver splits, down and distance, all of those things help play factors into, my knowledge to the game.